Okay, so let's come and lie down. Feet hip width apart, arms by your sides. Lengthen the back of the neck and just relax your body down into the floor. Take a nice deep breath into the belly and just allow your pelvis to rock forwards there, giving a little massage to your sacrum, tilting the lower back up off the floor. And then as you breathe out, tilt it back, pressing the waist into the ground. We're going to do this 2 more times. So just moving with your breath, expanding into the belly, into the ribs, into the chest, and then rocking it back. You could have your palms facing up or down, see what feels nicer. And one more time, just easing out your back, rocking the pelvis forwards, rocking it back. And as you rock it back this time, press into the feet, peel the hips up, start to rise up towards a little bridge. Stay up here as you breathe in, lengthen your tailbone towards your knees, and then roll it on down, one bone at a time as you exhale, easing it down, tailbone last. And then when you get down, breathe in, rock your pelvis forwards, roll it back. We're going to rise up again and bring the arms with us. So reaching up to the sky, back behind you. When you get up here in this bridge, just give your hips a little movement. Lifting one side and then the other, kind of moving around in that bridge a little bit. And then roll it on down as you exhale. Okay, so we're just going to keep that movement going for a couple more rounds. Remember when you're down to just give yourself that little arch through the lower back. And then as you breathe out, off you go again, peeling it up, rising up into that bridge and taking a moment up there to feel around into it, stretching the tailbone towards the knees or giving the hips a little sway or tilt. And then easing it on down bone by bone. Feel through your back as you're coming down, any areas where there's any tension. And you're really trying to, as you're coming up and down, articulate through all the bones of your spine. So one at a time, lifting and lowering. Rising up on your own as you're exhaling. Staying up there once again as you breathe in. And then nice and slowly rolling it down. The next time that we come up, we're going to stay up for a moment. So again, just on the floor, rock the pelvis forwards. Breathing out, start to roll it on up. Nice and slowly, we'll bring the arms with us. So when we get up there, we're going to stay and just breathe and move around. So letting your hips move a little bit, maybe side to side, or pivoting the pelvis, lifting one hip bone and then the other. And then just lengthening the tailbone towards your knees as you rise up a little higher. Bring your arms back down by your sides, but keep the hips up for a moment. Interlace your fingers. And then again, just a nice big breath in, lengthen, lift the hips even higher. And as we breathe out, we're going to start to just roll it on down. Let the hands go. Roll the back down onto the floor. Easing it all the way down, arms out to the side, and then switch the knees to one side for that windscreen wipers twist. Bring it back to the middle as you breathe in, and then the knees drop to the other side, keeping the feet apart. And one more time to the middle and to the left, rolling the head towards the right, back to the middle, and over the other way. Sending the knees, each knee down towards the floor. Really nice for your hip. Bring it back to the middle. Let's draw the knees into the body here. Give yourself a little hug, little roll. And then stretch the legs out long and the arms overhead. Big breath in. Breathe out, lift the hands, lift the head, roll up towards sitting. Grabbing hold of the sides of the legs to pull yourself over the tricky bit if you need to. Nice big breath in, straight spine. And then bow it on down. Lovely, we're going to do that twice more. So breathing in, sitting up tall, and then breathing out, roll it on down. Again, just trying to move through one bone at a time, laying it out, and then a big breath in, nice big stretch to the fingers and toes. Breathe out, hands to the sky, lift the head. Now pick it up, one bone at a time, curling up off the floor, rising up to sitting, and then bowing on down a little deeper into that forward bend. One more time, inhale. As we exhale, really slowly now, take as long as you need to feel one bone at a time, easing down, and then lengthen it out, reaching to the fingers, reaching to the toes, and then rising as you're ready on an exhale, slowly. All the way up to sitting, and then we're going to come into that forward bend and just settle here for a moment. So a breath or two here. Feel that you lift a little bit as you breathe in, and then bow a little deeper as you breathe out. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, that's fine too. Let's take one more breath here and just enjoy that feeling of the whole back of the body, easing down deeper, stretching it out. Come on up slowly as you're ready to breathe in. Swing the legs around behind you. We'll come on to all fours. We can take off our socks at this stage if we still have them on. Curl your toes under. Breathe in, lift the head, lift the tailbone, and then just breathing out round your back and pull the hips a little bit back towards your heels. So twice more. You can point your toes back too if that feels nice. Either way. We're breathing out, rounding the back and just pulling the hips back kind of halfway towards the heels. And last time, inhale, open up. Exhale, rounding and drawing back. And then inhale once more into that cow pose. Keep the toes tucked under now because we're going to pull ourselves back and into downward dog. Pulling the hips back and up and keeping a little bend in your knees. Okay, so take a moment to really lengthen from the hands to the hips and let the head go. Stretch down through one heel, one at a time. Just kind of walking on the spot here. Starting to open up down the backs of the legs and let go of anything you might be holding here in your neck. You can let one leg lift up and free your hip, just kind of bending your knee, hanging the heel over to one side and shift it to the other side. So as you're stretching down through one leg, the other leg becomes light and you can just kind of lift it up, open your hip. Nice and free with it, just what feels good. And then bring the foot on down. We've got both feet on the floor. Come up onto the toes. Lift your hips high. Reach down through both heels. Walk the feet forwards a little bit on your mat. Your hands back towards you. Breathe in, hands on your shins. Look up, lengthen the spine. And then bow it on down. Uttanasana. Bending the knees now. Inhale, curling your way all the way up to standing. Open the arms wide and take it up to the sky, reaching up, back to the heart center as you breathe out. And then allow the arms just to come down by your sides. Close your eyes, standing tall for a moment here. Nice. On your next breath in, let the arms come wide and up to the sky. Breathing out, draw down the midline. So we're rolling it down, letting the head go, letting the shoulders round, bend your knees, and just take your time. So more than one breath if you like, just to make your way down there, perhaps pausing kind of halfway, having a little sway, just gradually making your way all the way into that forward bend. And even here, keep a little sway through your hips, let go of anything in the neck, and bow a little deeper again. And then hands against your shins, breathe in and look up. Breathe out, walk it on out into downward dog. Shift the hands forwards a little bit as you breathe in, come forwards into plank. As you breathe out, shift the heels to the left and draw the right hand to the heart if that's okay. Breathe in back into plank. Breathe out, heels to the right, left hand to the heart or keeping it on the floor. Back to the middle as we breathe in, over to the left, breathing out. We're staying here on this side and breathing in, lifting the arm up to the sky, hips high. Breathe out back to the middle. Stay with plank as you breathe in and then let the heels shift to the right, left hand to the heart. Nice big breath in. Now press down to lift the hand to the sky, lift up tall. Perfect. Bring it on down as you exhale and lower all the way to the floor through Chaturanga. Come on to your fingertips. Breathe in, rise as high or low as you like here in Cobra. Keeping the elbows bent. Good. Bring it all the way down. Bring your hands back by your ribs, flat on the floor, and rise towards upward dog. Keeping the knees, the legs on the floor, and just give your hips a little roll from one side to the other. So a bit of softness through your elbows. So you're nice and mobile down through the hips and legs. Good. Now bring it back to the middle and be on your knees as you pull back. Tuck your toes. Press down to lift the knees, rise up into downward dog. Great. Everybody bring your feet together. Breathe in and let the right leg rise up, reaching through the space behind you. Breathe out, coil in and step that foot up between your hands. So if it's not right there, up between the hands, put the knee down, shift the foot right up, hands either side of it, and then lift that knee again, okay? Now breathe in, coil in through the spine, and then breathe out, push the back heel back, send the shin, the chest, the head forwards. Let's do it again. We breathe in, coiling in, and then lengthening out, forwards and back, down and up. Take the weight into your feet, keep that front knee bent. Rise up, lift the arms to the sky. And as you breathe out, bring the arms wide and then around in front of you, kind of spiraling with your arms like a figure 8. Breathing in, let them open. And breathing out, they come forwards, spiraling around each other. It doesn't have to be perfect, your own thing. Imagine a kind of a figure 8 shape here with the arms as you keep that breath flowing. Good, really good. Just like that. Breathing out. And the next time that we bring them up, instead of bring them down, let's twist and just bring the right arm back to your leg. Your left arm is up there in the sky. Let's reach it on back a little bit more. And then breathe out and let the left hand come down to the floor by your foot, okay? You can put your knee on the floor if you prefer, or breathe in and open right arm to the sky for a little twist. And then breathing out, look down and just hook the right arm under the right leg as you're sort of coiling in here. Inhale, open up to the sky. You can always have the knee on the floor here. Exhale, turning in, wrapping that arm under the leg. You got it, that's it, one more. Inhale, open, right around. And then bring it on back, turning it in. Good. Hands on the floor, and you can choose to put your knee on the floor or keep the knee lifted. Draw the hips back to straighten your leg a little bit now. Okay? So as we breathe in, we can come forwards a bit, bending the knee a little bit. Breathing out, straightening the leg. Or just even moving towards straight. So you can do it either with the knee on the floor, breathing in to come forwards, breathing out to just draw your hips back a bit as your leg is straightening. With the knee on the floor, you flex the toes up off the ground. If we're doing it with the straight leg, we're coming forwards in a high lunge and then just pulling it back. Let's take one more breath wherever you are with this. Long exhale, relax and bow a little deeper. Come on forwards, back into a high lunge. Breathing out, step it on back into plank and all the way down to the floor. On your fingertips here, inhale, rise in cobra. Hugging the elbows in, keeping them bent, and then bring it down. Hands back by your ribs and we rise again. Nice gentle upward dog, only going as high as feels good. And then back on our knees, pull the hips back, downward dog. Bring your feet together, breathe in and lift the left leg to the sky, lengthen up high. Breathe out, it's coming forwards, foot between your hands. And remember, you can make that adjustment by bringing the knee down, shifting the foot forwards, and then lifting that knee again, okay? Breathe in, coil in, bowing the head. Breathe out, forwards and back, pushing into the back heel, lengthening, through the chest and head. Let's go again. So we coil in, breathing in. As we breathe out, let the hips come down, lift the back leg up. Now, if you want to here, the knee can go to the floor, or we're going to take the hands off the floor here in this high lunge. Breathe in and let the arms rise up. As we breathe out, start to spiral. Bring them around in front, little kind of figure 8, that's it. Opening up. Breathing out as we're drawing it downwards, drawing the bottom half of that figure. On the inhale, really let it open. Nice. And down one more time, just like that. So feel that very kind of natural movement with your breath. Opening and then grounding. Good. Now the next time that we let them open, as we exhale, instead of grounding, drop the left hand back to your leg. Leave your right hand floating there, okay? And then breathe in and reach your right arm way back. Let the right hand come to the floor. Again, you could put your knee down here if you want to. Breathe in and the left arm opens up to the sky, twisting. Good. Then wrapping it under that left leg, turn the gaze down, bow the head. Inhale, open, up to the sky, big twist. Breathe out, coil it in. You can always do this with the back knee on the floor if that front leg is too tired. Rising up, because there's quite a bit of strength to hold it there. One more breath. Bringing it around and on down. And we're going into that little hamstring stretch now. Let the hands come down. Press back to straighten your leg a little bit. Breathe in, come forwards. Remember, you could just bring the back knee down. So you're in a low lunge. And then you're pulling back towards Ardha Hanumanasana. Or we can stick with that high lunge and then pulling it right back into quite an intense forward bend. So a couple more breaths, you choose. You can always have hands on blocks here, even hands on the wall or some furniture. So our last breath, take your time and give yourself a little bit of extra breath here as we breathe out, just to bow a little deeper. Come on forwards, back into your high lunge as you breathe in. Step it on back as you breathe out. Lower right down to the floor. And this time we're going to bend the knees, interlace the fingers, breathe in, rise like a bow. Breathe out, straighten the legs, releasing the hands back. Locust here as we breathe in, lengthen to come higher. Breathe out, hands on the floor by your ribs. Inhale, press down and rise up. Upward dog, a little higher. Lift your hips, roll over your toes. Downward dog, or make that transition with the knees on the floor, either is perfect. Breathe here now in downward dog. If you want to go to child's pose, that's perfect too. Just be with your breath. One more round of breath here. Walk the feet forwards. Bring the hands back towards the legs. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold it on down. Inhale, uncurling all the way up to standing. Open the arms up to the sky and then draw the hands down to the heart center, pausing here. Let your arms come down by your sides. And we're just going to take a moment to do a little bit of standing balancing here. So shifting the weight from one foot to the other with the feet like about hip width apart. Just slowly so you feel that one foot and then the other is taking your weight. And we're going to add on to that. So as we shift to the left foot, let the right knee come up and join the forearms towards each other there. Okay? And then bring it on down as you breathe out. That's all we're going to do for now. We lean into the right leg. Left knee comes up and in. Elbows, forearms together. Great. Bring it on down as we step to the left leg. Wrap the right arm under the left arm, twisting the arms around each other. Maybe the palms will meet. And then you bring it on down. Same again to the other side. Left arm under the right. That feeling of coiling in and lifting up. Bring it on down. You're going to take it right into ego pose. Right arm under the left, knee comes up. That's it. Now bend the leg you're standing on. Wrap the other leg over. You can touch the toes to the floor for a bit of help in your balance, or hook that foot right around behind. Squat down. Eyes on one spot. Engage your lower belly a little bit. Feel a little rise as you inhale, very subtle, and a deepening as you exhale. One more breath. Breathing out, go deeper. And we're going to let the arms go, let the knee come up and into the body. And here's where we're going to change it. We're going to reach the leg back, arms back by your sides. Warrior three. You're leaning forward so the body and the leg come parallel to the floor. Breathe. If you want to take your hands forwards, bring them alongside your body and reach forwards over your head. One breath. And then bring it on back in. Bring that knee up into the body, rising up tall. Give it a little squeeze. And down it comes. I don't know if I took any breath there. Let's try a bit more breathing the other way. So we're leaning into the right leg. Let the left leg come in. Just join those forearms for a sec. Bring it on down. Shifting to the left. Forearms coming in. We'll take it right into ego here now. We're going to step into the right leg. Left arm under the right. Wrapping it around. And your knee up. Bend your leg. Wrap your left leg over it. Touch the toes to the floor if your balance isn't great this morning. That'll really help. Or wrap it around. Can you bring your foot all the way around behind the calf? Breathe in, let the arms float up. Breathe out, sit a little deeper. Brilliant. A soft focus with your eyes on one point. Relax and don't fight it. One more breath. Stay with that feeling of relaxing into it. You ready? We're going to release it. Let the knee come up into the body and then back behind as your arms reach back. Good. Warrior three. I'm totally cheating. I've got my foot against a wall now. It's working really well. And then you can let your hands come forwards. Reach forwards. Breathe. Draw it on in. Let your knee come in. Hug it up. Squeeze it in. Bring it on down. Okay, the legs have woken up. Shift from one to the other. Feet nice and wide apart. Nice big breath in. Draw the arms up. Let's come down to a squat. Turn the toes slightly out. And down we come. Elbows against your knees. Really good. And breathe in. And round your back. Bow your head. Breathing out. Let's sit down a little deeper. Good. And once again, just coiling in. Bow your head. Round your back. And then breathing out. Squat down. You stay here and take one more breath, wherever is comfortable for you, your deepest squat without forcing. And then let's reach around behind, come and sit down. Great. Bring the feet together, knees apart, Baddha Konasana. Lean to the right a little bit, rest your left hand against your leg, so really gently easing it down. Not really heavy here at all. Lean over to the left, right hand on the right leg, and just ease it back. Good. And then we'll come back to the middle. I'm going to hold the toes or the ankles, lift up tall, using those knees downwards, and then come forwards into a little bit of a forward tilt. And what I'd say is if that feels like it's very intense, the knees are really high, bring your feet forwards a bit. A wider diamond shape. And you'll get much more of a forward movement there. Feels really nice. Okay, so stay with it and what's working for you. Breathe and ease down. Let those shoulders relax, bending the elbows a little bit to draw the elbows in by your sides and in towards you, and draw the shoulders down from the ears. Now let go of trying so hard and take one more breath. Just bow. Nice. Come all the way back up. Stretch your legs straight out in front. Do a little forward bend here. Just draw the flesh back from the sit bones and ease down over the legs, reaching for your feet if you can get them, or just hands on the floor against the legs is perfect. You can also bend your knees a little bit here. If the hamstrings feel really tight, I would soften those knees and just be in a forward bend that works for you. Breathe into the whole back. Bow down deeper. And one more time, floating up a little bit as we breathe in, down as we breathe out. Then rising up all the way to sitting. We're going to roll ourselves down onto the mat. So remember at the beginning, we're rolling up and down. We're going to roll down slower. So hands out ahead of you and roll it down, counting it down from about 5. And all the way down. When we get all the way down, bring the right knee in, hugging that leg in, right up, knee towards your shoulder. And then over into a twist. Left hand on the leg, reach the right arm out to the side. Just roll your head over to the right here. You can roll the head in and out. I kind of like that feeling that as you roll your head to the left, you let your body go a little bit to the left, so the right shoulder comes up a little bit. And then as you roll your head back to the right, just sink that shoulder out and down a little more. Come back to the middle, squeezing that knee up into your body once more. Swapping it over, left leg coming in, right leg out long, hugging in. Over into a twist, your hand on your knee as you draw it across your body. That's it. Roll the head to the left. Great. As we breathe in, let's try that rolling of the head to the right, letting the left shoulder come with you a little bit. And then breathing out, roll the head to the left and lengthen through the left arm, dropping the shoulder down. Stay with it for one more breath, either moving the head or just settling into the twist. Nice. Back to the middle, hug your knee in, right up into your body. That's it, draw the right leg in as well. Now, knees apart, reach through and hold the feet. There we go. Kind of rocking in Baddha Konasana here. And then let's take the feet up higher, hold the arches of your feet, happy baby. And with happy baby, I would just play around in it, okay? Stretching and straightening a leg, dropping the other heel down, do what feels good, and definitely a little bit of rolling around here. And when you're ready, we're going to let it all go. Bring the feet to the floor, knees apart, feet together, drop the arms on the ground above the head, kind of a cactus shape or so with the arms, and give the hips a little rock, one side to the other, just even very subtly. Yeah, and then let it settle. Right in the middle, let the hips relax, the legs heavy, whole body letting go here. One more breath right here. And then let the knees come up, feet apart. Drop your knees in against each other and bring the hands down to the body. A hand on the tummy, a hand on the chest. Feel your breath, feel your heartbeat. And then we'll get ready for Shavasana. So if you want to roll over to your side and gather whatever you need, put on your socks or jumpers, get your blanket, go for it. If you don't need anything and you're ready to go, from where you are, just stretch your legs out long, feet hip width apart, and the arms rest on the floor, palms facing up. Create a little space between your arms and the floor when you're ready to settle down. You want as much of your body as you can supported in some way, by the ground or by cushions, and you want a little space, okay? So a little space between the hands and the body, a little space between the feet. Yeah. Great. And as you bring yourself to settle here on the floor, feel that sense that the body is spread out, relaxing down into the support here. So notice and feel all the places where your body meets the ground. Let go into that. Feeling right down the whole back of your body, the contact with the ground. Let your awareness settle on the gentle breath, rising and falling. And with every exhalation, just feel your body let go. So beneath you, the ground is supporting you. Your body is held. Breathe and feel that you can let go into that. You can let go with your head. Notice if you're holding your head in any way at all, could you allow your head to become a little heavier and feel the softness that that creates through your neck and your shoulders. Feel down through your back, noticing where your back is on the floor and feeling the very subtle movement of your breath in the muscles of your back. So as you breathe in, there's some little bit of an expansion through the muscles of your back. And as you breathe out, there's a softening, contracting. See if you can feel in that very gentle exhalation a sense of letting go through the muscles of your back, deepening the contact between the back and the floor. Can you feel where your pelvis meets the ground? Soften through your sacrum. Soften the muscles around the pelvis. Feel the breath in the pelvis and sink the bones of your pelvis deeper. And that deepening, feel your legs release from your hip sockets. Your pelvis relaxes deeper and lets go of any sense of holding on to the legs. Now feel where the legs are supported. Feel those points of contact with the ground and drop into it. Feeling the flow of the breath, and with the exhalation, a subtle deepening of the contact between the legs and the floor, the heels and the floor. Feel the sensation in the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, the toes. Feel the whole back of the body dropping into that feeling that you're held, you're supported, you can let go. And then draw your awareness a little deeper inside, feeling the flow of the breath inside. Feeling the rise of the inhale, the contraction, the fall of the exhale. And that very subtle moment before the next breath begins, that little moment of complete stillness at the end of each exhalation. So allow your breath to rise and fall and start to bring the awareness to that space between, that stillness at the end of the exhalation. Just feel it again and again each time it shows up. Feel the inhale rise out of it and the exhalation fall into it. Eventually you might be able to feel that stillness is there all along, even as the breath rises and falls. There is this underlying deep sea of stillness. The breath is just like little ripples on the surface. Feel that stillness that's right there within you, always present, even as the movement happens. As you start to take in the sounds around you now, maintain that awareness of your own sense of stillness. Feeling that peace and stillness right at the center of your being. Even as we start to hear what's going on around us, sense the movement, the energy in the world around us. Feel your own sense of stillness. Like the very center of a spinning wheel. All that movement and energy can happen around us, but we still have that connection to ourselves. So when you're ready, you can just start to move into the fingers and toes. Very gently in your own time, start to stretch through the arms and the legs. Drawing the knees up into your body. Give yourself a little hug. Rolling over to your side as you're ready. Come on up to sitting. And as you come up, bring your hands together at your heart center. Close the eyes again and just again tune inwards. This time noticing anything that's there. Notice how you feel physically, emotionally, mentally, even your energy levels this morning. And then let something come to mind that you feel grateful for. Namaste.